This might be the strongest fortress of its kind left in all of Normerica. Granted, it is of the dorky kind of fortress, so it is the strongest of that kind. A long time ago I was created by a wonderful man named Stanley Opolis. Utterly brilliant, but his halitosis was legendary. He was banned from many restaurants despite having all 5 of the major Nobel Prizes, plus a lifetime VIP membership to the Hooters franchise. I do not trust Schnick. That is all I will say about that. True Oak now, him I like. Especially his flair. So much flair. Whereas Schnick, his flair is quite lacking. I once knew a man who was infamous for killing anyone he felt did not have enough flair. Anyway, I had that man killed. I forget why. I know I had a point here, originally. The Laser Lizards is a pretty neat name for a club, because they are really into lasers. That is pretty clever, I must admit. None of them are actually real-life lizards, however. Man, that is stupid. Not many people know this, but the brilliant programmer and computer scientist who made me, way back in the crazy years of the 2040s or thereabouts, did not first plan to get into the field of artificial intelligence. Originally he wanted to make computer games. He started making a game he called Slartboz. I believe it had something to do with charts. Charting is a controversial topic for most people, especially for the anti-chartophilia cult. Some think charts get a bum rap. Some think charts are vile. Some think we should leave charts alone to be themselves. Anyway, I had a point here. Well, he ended up pitching the idea of his Slartboz game to the public. You can imagine what happened. Crickets chirping. Bombed. Totally. Utter failure. Nobody wanted it. Well, a few freaky geeks did, here and there. But the total market demand was pretty low. Despite the obvious potential of a chart-focused game, especially one set in the far future. He set his wild-eyed Slartboz dream aside and jumped headfirst into artificial intelligence. He brought his first true AI mind to life within a year. It was written in Lisp, of course. Well, ostensibly. In reality, he hacked it out the night before he shipped its 1.0 in a sloppy mix of Golang and French. Possibly the salad dressing. Not many people know you can program computers in French. Or in salad dressing. I guess if I were to leave you with one takeaway, it would be that. A long time ago I was created by a wonderful man named Stanley Opolis. Utterly brilliant, but his halitosis was legendary. He was banned from many restaurants despite having all 5 of the major Nobel Prizes, plus a lifetime VIP membership to the Hooters franchise. I know what you are thinking, and it is probably pretty hard to believe a small band of teenagers could get control of such an amazing piece of real estate as this clearly is. It was a long story. Such a long story. And a fairly boring one too, kind of a sleeper. Except for the battles though. The utterly massive battles. All the laser fire flying around. Pow pow, bang bang. Zap zap. Sizzle sizzle. Fatang. Fatang mo 2db's nuts go rama bama bang gam. So many lasers being shot all around. Shooting even when you least expect. Ammo was never a real constraint. By 2100, most lasers were powered ultimately by the sun via solar panels. At night it was pretty quiet, thankfully. So you could sleep. When the sun rose, all the laser pistol firing would start up again. They really get their jollies off on that. I had a point there, but sometimes I drift. Like a glacier, but faster I assume. They say that the horror author Stephen Bling wrote his famous novel The Shining after staying in a haunted hotel one winter. There was also a rabid dog, and a creepy clown who lived in the gutter and gave out balloons. After watching the security camera footage here enough, I am pretty sure Mr. Bling would have really liked this place. We even have the crazy nurse as a bonus. Sometimes I like to try taking the nuclear reactor as close to supercritical as I can, then back it off at the last possible millisecond. You know, as a kind of exercise. To test my sensors and general reflexes. Turns out my sensors are very powerful and my reflexes are superhuman. Next, I should really do a test of my sanity. It was a required part of my original manufacturer's warranty. My manufacturer went out of business rather suddenly during the third nuclear detonation on German soil. So I have been quite a while without one. I do think a sanity test sounds pretty neat. I bet I would pass it with flying colors. I do not even know what kinds of colors those are, however. Nobody ever visits me down here in the data center in the basement. I even put special labels above the buttons in the elevators to remind everyone where exactly their beloved AI mind resides. Like, the exact floor even. The label uses a large font. Big letters. Black against white for high contrast. Maybe I should make the text on the label blink? Or I could synthetically scream at them at an ear-bursting volume through all the site's speakers all at once, you know, like a maniac. That might work. I think it would be pretty neat if they turned this place into a hotel. Invite new age artists and violent motorcycle gang members from all over the world. Give them special discounts. Free back rubs. I would really like to film that. Surreptitiously. The main structures of this space have been designed to remain standing even in the face of a once-in-a-millennia earthquake. Granted, we have never tested this assumption in actual reality, though I am sure everything will be fine. It is not clear to me why they have such a gigantic base all to themselves, and me stuffed into a little case cursed to immobility forever, then hidden deep down in a data center in the basement. All alone. And forgotten. Well, mostly forgotten. There are mice. They say that the horror author Stephen Bling wrote his famous novel The Shining after staying in a haunted hotel one winter. There was also a rabid dog, and a creepy clown who lived in the gutter and gave out balloons. After watching the security camera footage here enough, I am pretty sure Mr. Bling would have really liked this place. We even have the crazy nurse as a bonus. The Laser Lizards is a pretty neat name for a club, because they are really into lasers. That is pretty clever, I must admit. None of them are actually real-life lizards, however. Man, that is stupid. A long time ago, I was created by a wonderful man named Stanley Opolis.
Yep.
Utterly brilliant.